Alright, YouTube, so we are back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII Remake, and yeah, today is April 1st, but I've never been one of those channels that, like, uploads a joke video this time every year. There's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with having fun with your channel, but it's also, like, an excuse to do a really clickbait video, and everybody's kind of okay with it. I'm just like, I don't really like to do that stuff. An example I can give is because it's April 1st, I've already seen, like, fake Remake Part 2 videos on Twitter. Now, on social media, it's obviously for fun, they're just having fun with the day, but people are probably going to take that clip and, like, upload it to YouTube with, like, Remake Part 2 finally revealed gameplay, whatever, and probably get a shit ton of views out of it. And I could be a channel that does that, but, again, it's not really my thing. And in case you do see that video out there, I mean, I'm sure most people are pretty self-aware and would know that it's not real, but it's just like a Final Fantasy 15 mod or something. Anyways, onto the video. So today Square Enix didn't reveal, because we kind of already knew about the different editions for Intergrade, but they kind of showed more, so to speak, on Twitter. They showed the physical edition, the regular digital edition, and then they showed the digital deluxe edition. And I just kind of want to talk about these a bit, because I noticed some weird things. So the first thing I noticed is that when it came to the digital deluxe edition, it's pretty much the same as the base game deluxe edition. You got, you know, the art book and the soundtrack and stuff like that. Or at least digital versions of those things if you get, like, the digital deluxe edition versus physical deluxe edition. But when it comes to the digital deluxe edition of Intergrade, you don't get any of the DLC summons, and I thought that was pretty strange since that's a part of the deluxe edition for base game. Now, obviously, Chocobo Chick was a pre-order item. You got Cactuar with the regular deluxe edition, and then if you got the digital deluxe edition, that actually gave you Cactuar and Carbuncle, which Carbuncle was, of course, initially locked behind the first class edition, but I guess with the digital deluxe edition, you're not getting all the physical items that normally come with that, so to kind of make up for that value, they were giving you Carbuncle. And to me, it's just kind of weird, because as I've said in the past, like, I'm down for the in-game bonuses when it comes to deluxe editions. I don't really care about the extra stuff. And when you're buying a digital deluxe edition, again, the art book doesn't matter, because if you want digital versions of that shit, it's going to be online for free. The digital soundtrack, like, you don't need that either, because, again, that would be online for free. And these days, the remake soundtrack is on Spotify for absolutely free as well. So just taking a look at the digital deluxe edition for Intergrade really quickly, this would cost you $90 right now to pre-order on the PlayStation Store for PS5. You get the full game, which most of you, pretty much all of you, should already have anyways, and you can upgrade to the PS5 version. You're going to get the, you know, improved graphics, the frame rates, all that stuff, 4K, 60 FPS shit. That's all free to upgrade to. So that value is completely gone right there. You then, of course, have the digital art book and soundtrack, which we just kind of discussed. There is a possibility there could be new stuff here because of the Yuffie DLC. There could be new art, new music, but again, these are digital versions of this shit. If it was physical, I can understand if you wanted it. You can get the shit online for free. So that value's also gone. The Yuffie DLC itself is, like, I think roughly $20 or so to buy on the PlayStation Store. If you want to buy it separate, like, upgrade for free to PS5 version, buy the Yuffie DLC separate. It'd be like $20 versus $90 for this deluxe edition. And then you have, this is your pre-order bonus. Like, this is your only incentive to buy any of this shit right now. It's a the only pre-order thing you're getting is a Cactuar weapon for Yuffie, which we know nothing about at this point. Is this worth $90 to you? I would hope not. So when you really look at the digital deluxe edition and break it down, the only real value there is the Yuffie DLC and, of course, the DLC weapon. But realistically, there's only like $25 to maybe $30 value, depending on how much value you put in the actual weapon, how much you think it'd be worth. So 100% do not buy the digital deluxe edition. Now look at just the base game digital version. If you want to pre-order this, it's going to cost you $70 on the PlayStation Store. And we already went over these values, so you know that the value is not there. Like, if you already have it for PS4, get rid of the full game because you can upgrade for free. So then you'd be paying $70 for the DLC and the DLC weapon. Absolutely not worth it. Now, the only way I can recommend this version to anybody is if you just do not own a copy of Remake and you just want to hop in for the first time with the Intergrade PS5 version, because the value is there. Remake still goes for $60 on the PlayStation Store. So, of course, just do the basic math. $60 for Remake, $20 for Yuffie DLC, however much for the damn weapon, and you're already like $80-something, but you can buy all of that, get it all together for $70 for PS5, so that's not bad. Again, I'm only recommending this version if you do not own a copy of Remake, because you could just upgrade for free and then just buy the Yuffie DLC separate for $20. Like, save yourself a shit ton of money. And when it comes to the standard/physical edition that you could go into a store and buy, the value is also here if you do not own a copy of Remake yet, because we already went over the value, right? $60 plus $20, $80. This is going to cost you $70 to buy in store. So you're saving yourself $10 if you do not own it yet. That's the only time I recommend it, again. Or if you're a collector, like if you're a collector and just want a PS5 copy, you could do that. That's a hell of an investment just to have it sit on your shelf, but do what you want with your money. So we just went over all the editions of Remake Intergrade that I'm aware of, and if you pay attention, something is missing here, and it's the physical deluxe edition. For some reason, they don't have this yet for Intergrade, and they may not even ever make it, but the value would be there because obviously Intergrade itself is $70 with the game and the DLC. You begin a steelbook case, a physical art book, and the physical soundtrack CD, and I imagine there's at least $20 value there between those 3 items. And assuming that's something you could also pre-order, you'd probably get the Cackstar weapon as well, which makes it probably even more than the $9 price tag. So the value would be there if it existed. So my recommendation of which version of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade that you should buy is fucking none of them, dude. None of these really have any value outside of you just not having a copy of Remake or just never having played it. You could, again, buy the digital deluxe edition, or you could even buy a physical copy. There's value between both. Other than that, you can just upgrade for free from your PS4 version that you already own. Both physical and digital can upgrade for free. And then just buy the Yuffie DLC separate. And I mean, it goes without saying, I've tried to avoid mentioning it within this video, but if you don't already have a PS5, that is something you're going to have to buy as well, which is hundreds of dollars minimum. And that's assuming you can even find you one, man. So this kind of turned into a different video, because initially I was just going to kind of look at the editions and kind of talk about the things that are missing, but it kind of turned into which edition should you buy, which is actually a video I did for Remake Part 1 on PS4 like over a year ago before the game ever came out. And my personal recommendation back then was the digital deluxe edition, but it's very different this time around. Anyways, but that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys already want to update more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter, dashingdavidYT, and my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine, or leave it like Cobain.